50 pence coin is not just currency, it is a historic turning point. Millions used it without knowing they were touching monetary history. Watch till the end to discover why this coin still matters today. This video begins with the true story of the 1969 British 50 pence coin, a coin that marked the birth of modern decimal currency in the United Kingdom. Welcome to Coinks4, where we explore real coin history with honest and detailed facts. Before 1971, Britain used a complex pre-decimal system that confused many people. The introduction of the 50 pence coin in 1969 was a preparation step toward full decimalization. This coin was the first large-scale sign that Britain was ready to change centuries of tradition. People had to learn new values and shapes. The seven-sided design was intentional, making the coin instantly recognizable. It helped people trust the new system. This coin was issued 2 years before Decimal Day. Its early release allowed the public to adapt slowly. Shops, banks, and citizens began adjusting their thinking. This makes the 1969 50p more than a coin. It is a teaching tool from history. It represents planning, patience, and national transition. Coins like this helped avoid confusion. This introduction sets the foundation for understanding why this coin is so important. Quietly changed daily life across Britain. The obverse of the 1969 50 pence coin features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This portrait was designed by Arnold Machin and is one of the most iconic royal coin portraits ever created. The Queen appears calm and dignified, reflecting stability during change. Around the portrait, the inscription reads, D.G. Reg. F. D. 1969, Elizabeth II, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This Latin legend links modern Britain to centuries of royal tradition. The portrait was carefully engraved to balance authority and familiarity. By 1969, Queen Elizabeth II was already well established on the throne. Her image helped reassure the public during monetary reform. The smooth fields and fine details show the royal mint's craftsmanship. Even circulation coins carried artistic quality. The rim is well-defined, supporting durability. This obverse design would remain on coins for many years. It created visual continuity across denominations. For collectors, this portrait is historically significant. It connects pre-decimal Britain to the decimal era. The Queen's image made the change feel official and trustworthy. The reverse of the 1969 50 pence coin features Britannia, the powerful female symbol of Britain, seated with a trident and shield bearing the Union flag. This design was created by Christopher Ironside and represents strength, peace, and national identity. Britannia has appeared on British coins since Roman times. Her presence on the first 50p reinforced tradition during change. The trident symbolizes naval power. The shield represents protection of the nation. The olive branch in her hand reflects peace. Beneath the design, the value 50 is clearly shown, helping the public learn the new denomination. The seven-sided shape was revolutionary at the time. It allowed easy identification by touch. This was especially useful for vending machines and the visually impaired. The shape also prevented confusion with other coins. The reverse design balanced history with practicality. It reassured people that Britain was moving forward without losing identity. This design became iconic and remains respected today. Many later commemorative 50p coins are based on this original concept. Britannia made the transition feel familiar and patriotic. From a numismatic perspective, the 1969 50 pence coin holds deep historical value. It was struck in copper-nickel and produced in large quantities. Millions were minted, meaning it is not rare in circulated condition. However, condition matters greatly. Uncirculated examples are more desirable. Proof versions were included in official royal mint sets and show superior detail. Collectors value these sets highly today. The coin's importance comes from context rather than scarcity. It represents one of the biggest monetary changes in British history. Coins like this were handled daily during a national learning period. Every worn surface tells a story of adaptation. This video begins with a clear introduction to the 1982 Queen Elizabeth II coin. a piece that belongs to the mature phase of Britain's decimal currency system. Welcome to Coinx4, a channel dedicated to real coin history, honest details, and true numismatic knowledge. By 1982, the United Kingdom had already spent more than a decade adapting to decimalization, which officially began in 1971. Coins issued during this period no longer represented experimentation but stability and public trust. The 1982 coin reflects a time when people had fully accepted decimal money as part of everyday life. This was the era when coins were not questioned, but relied upon. The design, metal composition, and striking quality all show confidence in long-term circulation. This coin was produced for daily use, meaning it passed through countless hands across Britain. Each transaction added invisible history to its surface. The year 1982 itself holds importance as it sits between early decimal change and later redesigns. Coins from this year act as a bridge between generations. They connect the revolutionary designs of the late 1960s with the refined currency of the modern era. This introduction sets the foundation for understanding why this coin matters. It is not about rarity alone, but about representation. This coin tells a quiet but powerful story, a story worth hearing till the end. The obverse of the 1982 coin features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of the most recognizable royal portraits in the world. This portrait was designed by Arnold Machin and first appeared on British coinage in 1968, making it one of the longest-used coin portraits in history. By 1982, this image had already become deeply familiar to the public. The Queen's calm expression reflects dignity, duty, and continuity. Around the portrait, the Latin inscription DG Reg F D 1982 appears, which translates to "By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith." This inscription follows centuries-old tradition and reinforces the monarchy's historical role. The detailing of the hair, crown, and facial structure shows the high standards of the royal mint. Even circulation coins display fine engraving. The rim is clean and well-defined, showing precise striking. This portrait symbolized reassurance during times of economic challenge. It reminded citizens of stability. Coins like this became everyday symbols of national identity. The Machin portrait remained unchanged for many years, proving its acceptance. This design connected earlier coins, such as the famous 50 pence of 1969, to later issues. It helped unify Britain's new currency visually. The obverse alone carries decades of meaning. It is not just a face but a historical marker, a silent witness to modern British life. From a numismatic and historical point of view, the 1982 Elizabeth II coin represents the maturity of Britain's decimal system. Unlike earlier decimal coins that introduced new shapes and denominations, coins of 1982 focused on durability and consistency. The metal composition was chosen to survive heavy circulation, resisting corrosion and excessive wear. This practical choice explains why many examples still exist today. Millions were minted, making the coin common, yet historically important. Collectors understand that value is not always about rarity. Context, condition, and story matter deeply. High-grade, uncirculated examples are more desirable, especially those with original mint luster. Proof versions, struck specifically for collectors, show sharper detail and mirror-like fields. These were often included in official royal mint sets. Over time, many sets were broken, increasing interest in intact pieces. The 1982 coin also gains significance because it belongs to Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, the longest in British history. Coins from her reign are collected worldwide. This particular year represents a calm period before later design changes. It stands as a snapshot of stability. Collectors view it as a foundational piece in any Elizabeth II collection. It teaches patience and appreciation. Even worn examples tell stories. Every scratch represents use. Every faded detail reflects history in motion. As this journey comes to an end, it becomes clear that the Queen Elizabeth II 1982 coin is far more than ordinary change. It represents continuity, trust, and the successful transition of an entire nation's monetary system. While it may not be rare, it is rich in meaning. connects the past to the present and reminds us that history often lives in everyday objects. Coins like this quietly record national life. They pass unnoticed, yet survive generations. Understanding them deepens our appreciation for currency and culture. If you enjoyed this real and detailed exploration, support the channel that brings honest coin knowledge